Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the Level Unlock Podcast, episode 53, our 1 year anniversary week. Next podcast will have hit a year. We'll hit a year this Saturday, so claps all around. Congratulations, boys. We made it. It has been an entire year of us doing a podcast, which is...
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Don't want to be showing off too much.
An entire year. It's crazy to think about how it's already been a year from doing this. Started off as James, hey, let's do a podcast. Sure, let's do it. And then 2 weeks later, Schroeder joined us, and then...
Yeah, he's just going to be a guest. He isn't going to stay on. He's just going to be for the week.
Nah, it's going to be let's interview Schroeder and see how he's doing. And then he stayed, and a couple weeks later, we had Nate on once, and then he stayed, and a couple weeks after that, Mark stayed on.
Well, Nate, he stayed on once. Then the next week, he wasn't there, and then I think...
He was on and off for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and then we're just like, fuck it, you're on like every goddamn episode.
Yeah.
You might as well just be on this now.
And then
the same thing happened with Mark.
Yep. So, we're growing. We're grown. We had... I don't think we've had any, unfortunately, haven't had anybody outside of that, have we? We tried, but...
Yeah, and then fucking shit happened.
Yeah. We tried a couple different people, and unfortunately ended up canceling last minute, or they just didn't. They're like, never mind, I want to do it. So, hopefully next year, boys and girls, we will get some guests. So, and with that, speaking of guests, as always, thank you once again for being here. Make sure you follow us on all of the socials, every single one of them, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and our Patreon. For those who do want to support us, patreon.com/levelunlockpodcast, promoting that pretty hard, as that allows us to grow the podcast even further than what it already is.
You give us money, we give you things.
Exactly. None of that goes back into our pockets at all. It goes to pay for the podcast. It goes to trying to get bigger guests, things along those lines down the line. Elon Musk is our goal.
Well,
so.
until we make $100 million,
yeah, we'll get there.
Then that'll go into our pockets.
Yeah.
One of us will embezzle all that money.
They will. And magically,
I guarantee
and
one
then
of
stop
us will.
talking to every single person. So
yeah.
Whoever decides to link their PayPal to it, there's no PayPal link to it. So, but make sure if you do want to support us, help us out in any way. That provides us the ability to get new logos, get new things, borders, everything along those lines. So, once again, it's patreon.com/levelunlockpodcast. We appreciate any support. Even if you don't donate, we still appreciate you hanging out watching, regardless of what you're watching it from. Schroeder's Facebook, any of us on Twitch and YouTube. So we thank you for that. So let's start and get into some weeks, boys. Before we get into some epic gaming and movie news. How's everyone doing this week? Nate James is sick, so he will not be
James
here.
got the coronavirus.
He did. You Google it, man. I had that like
the
6
Kung
times.
Flu.
So I had that like 7. I feel like I had that like every time I'm sick for my whole entire life, and no one just realized it. But
You're really patient zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never get better. You just get used to it.
Positive note, though, sidebar, a doctor in Taiwan has found a cure for the coronavirus.
Good.
So they tested it on multiple people, and including a 70-year-old woman, after a couple days, they basically shown it was like 85% improvement based on the serum, this cure that the doctor from Taiwan has come up with. So it's looking positive. It's not going to be as bad as what people think. But the outbreak's still pretty big right now in Japan. Hopefully it won't go past
China.
that. No, I mean, China, yeah, sorry. I was like, that's what I said. Sorry, China. But
China.
So for those who are listening, though, if you think you have it, there is a cure. But who knows when it'll be available to everybody.
And also, I mean, like here in the US and in like the UK. Well, I don't know about the UK because they just got a case. But I know here in the U.S., I mean, the 11 people that have gotten it
who are listening know
as
if
bad, doing fine.
There is a cure, but who
Yeah,
knows when
it's
it'll
just like
be.
a really sick flu.
Yeah,
It's like a really bad flu.
it's like
So
you
if you
guys
have a
remember.
decent immune system, you can fight it.
You guys remember swine flu?
Yeah,
Oh,
SARS.
Thing.
They're saying the outbreak could be as big as the SARS outbreak.
No.
Ugh. No.
Yeah, just like in terms of how many people were infected, not like as bad, but in terms of the infectedness, that's what they're looking at.
Are we looking at bubonic plague chapter 2?
Oh
Possibly.
man, not again.
I know, right?
Ugh, no
What's up,
time for
guys?
Who
that.
knows?
How's your guys' week? How are you, James? What's going on?
You know, this stuff, working
Stuff and things and work.
stuff and things. Been playing some video games, per usual. I played this game called Wreckfest. So basically, you guys like destruction derbies?
Construction derbies.
Destruction derbies.
Destruction derbies.
Yeah. Basically,
I
just
played
a destruction
Wreckfest.
derby game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Good
It's a lot
time
of-
smashing
it's-
cars up. Yeah, I know.
Exactly, it's mindless fun.
I remember when that game came out.
Yeah. Um, I've been playing. Oh, I bought Black Desert Online.
How was
So I've
that?
been putting some hours into that. It's a lot of fun. It's a pretty solid MMO. I'm only like level 15, I think, on it. Big thing about it is the character creation's incredible. It's probably the most in-depth character creator of pretty much almost any game I've ever played. There are parts of it that are very grindy, and I seem to be hitting that noob wall where it's a lot of kill 3 foxes. All right, hey, go kill some weasels. All right, hey, go kill some imps. Okay. Yeah, that's basically what I've been doing for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Who's talking in the background?
Just making sure it's working.
And I was like, who's hacking into the podcast?
Who am I gonna fight?
I look up and I was like,
Who
wait a
do I
second,
gotta-
what's going on?
Who do I gotta throw down with? Who do I gotta drop the gloves?
All right.
I see you and John Luke are going to be playing that.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing that.
That's awesome.
He bought it. The combat's really weird for like an MMO. So, Walker, I know you've played 14.
Yeah.
I know all of you guys have at some point probably played an MMO at one point in your life.
Yes.
I know,
Yeah.
Mark, you
Star
play
Wars one
RuneScape,
got me. What was that?
the Old
Knights of
Republic.
the Old Republic. That one destroyed quite a bit of my life.
Yeah. So
It
you
was a
know
great
how you click to engage in combat, and then you press all of your function keys and number keys to do your different skills. You basically have a rotation where you just press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and just keep scrolling back and forth. Just keep doing that until the thing dies. This game isn't really like that.
No.
It's way more combo based. So like one of the moves is down and F, and you do like this strong kick that just boots the enemy halfway across the map. You like hold, if you press like left mouse click and right mouse click at the same time, you do like a spin attack with like a sword. You dodge a lot. There's a lot of dodging in it. So it feels more of like an action game and less of an MMO. There are like, macros and stuff like that to hit and skills that you do, but it's a nice refreshing change of pace to it.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if the sale's still going on, but it was like $3 or $4 on Steam and on Black Desert Online's website.
Shit.
I don't think that sale's going on anymore, but I was like, yeah, I might as well pick it up. So now all I need to do is resubscribe to Final Fantasy 14, and there goes my free time. You guys won't see me anymore.
No more.
Done.
All you
And-
get.
Yep, and then I'm done. I'm done
Yeah.
forever. At least until I level cap and beat all the dungeons and bosses and raids and stuff.
True.
Then I just need to get back. Oh, and then I need to get back into Warframe too. And then I'm like, I have no life anymore. I will not have any life. But pretty much that I watched the Super Bowl
Yeah, you did.
on
What'd you think?
Sunday.
And your kids in your games.
It was
Were you offended that there were stripper poles? All of the hashtag ban the
I mean,
fucking. I don't even know.
I mean, I was wondering if I got teleported back into like the early 2000s. Like, if ever there was a time for someone like, I don't know, Post Malone, Lil Nas X, fucking, I don't know, didn't the Jonas Brothers release a new album?
Yeah.
BTS.
We're not gonna have BTS at the Super Bowl.
Hey man. Hey man.
They're huge, don't get me wrong.
According to Twitter, they're popular.
You have all the rednecks who watch the Super Bowl. They were like, "Why aren't these guys singing in English?"
But hey, hold on, hold the phone there, Chief. Then you'll tap into an untapped market. You'll get into an untapped market.
It's possible.
You get into the people who probably weren't going to watch the Super Bowl, but hey, BTS is on. I'll watch it.
I guess you have all the people that have never heard of BTS or K-pop, and then who are watching this like, this is different. And then you have all the people who like K-pop who've never watched sports are gonna watch it now. So yeah, I guess that's true.
Exactly.
You got both.
So it's a win-win. I just feel like, did Shakira or what's her face ever
Jennifer
even
Lopez.
come out? Jennifer Lopez, did they even like do anything this year? Did they like come out with a new album or
Shakira, the last thing she
anything?
did was she was in Zootopia, however many years ago that was.
Jesus fucking Christ! Like they must have paid like $5 for both of them.
No,
They got them in a bundle deal.
you don't get paid for playing the Super Bowl.
Bullshit! You don't.
Supposedly you don't.
That's a fucking lie.
Supposedly you don't get paid for the Super Bowl because you're on the world's biggest stage. So
That's
it's
a
publicity
fucking
for
lie.
you instead of it. It's basically a trade-off.
So you're doing it for exposure. So these artists are idiots.
Yeah,
And
supposedly
the NFL
that
should be ashamed.
supposedly that's 100% the truth because there was a huge controversy where it was said that people didn't want to play the Super Bowl anymore because they weren't getting paid, and the Super Bowl came back saying you are literally being
for exposure.
watched by 20,
Fuck the
30
NFL.
million people. Like, would you rather be paid or be exposed to 30 million people?
No, I'd
And they're
rather be
like,
fucking paid. You pay someone for their time and their efforts.
They
So-
should be getting paid.
Yeah, supposedly they're not. Like, I don't know how true that is, but yeah, there was a huge thing last year.
I do not believe it. In the
Um,
music industry, and for the celebrities that they have play at those, I don't believe it for a goddamn second.
Yeah, there's a big art
Not
thing now.
even for a
It's
second.
hashtag ban the halftime show because Shakira and Jennifer Lopez kept like twerking and grinding, and Jennifer Lopez kept grabbing her crotch and she was stripping. And then there's the whole
So
the whole
hold
thing
on.
that's not okay. But last year, Adam Levine basically was naked singing his songs. He didn't have a shirt on, and then Travis Scott didn't have a shirt on, but no one complained about that. So that's all. There's a huge argument. Like, what's the line there? It's okay for guys to do, but not women. So that's a huge controversy for another day. But that's going on right now. So that's always fun.
Yeah, that's been my week.
What about you, Schroeds?
Yeah, man, I've just been putzing around with the servers. We got the Arc server. Actually, that's kind of what I've been. We added another Arc server. It's a testing bed, pretty much, and it's also going to be used so that we can go there to do missions occasionally. But other than that, I got the that server up and running. Tested out a bunch of stuff. Looking to add a couple new ones to it to add an economy to the thing. Adjusted some settings. I've just been doing a whole bunch of stuff with the server lately. Other than that, basic stuff at work. Looking to come home in April, I think. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to doing like other projects with groups. You know what I mean? So that should be fun.
Well, hey,
But yeah,
you
man.
got. I know you got one person here that's always down to do stuff with the group video
All
ideas.
three of you guys.
Yeah, you got.
Walker, you'll be the only one out at this point.
Ah,
Yeah,
what a
I know.
loser.
The fucking oddball out.
Yeah, we'll fly you home occasionally. But
We'll use our unlimited YouTube and streamer money.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Our royalties.
Yeah, right. So I haven't really been doing a whole lot other than that. Just watching a lot of the Joe Rogan podcast while doing this. Messing around with a few other new tools in the streaming thing. So, staying busy.
I like it. I like it. What about you, Mark?
Pass it on to Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. For the most part, I've just been working a lot. It's just been a really busy week for me. Game wise,
Hold on, is that a Wii steering wheel in the background?
yeah, bro. You gotta show off that shit. And now I know where it is if I ever need it.
If you ever want to play Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah, I mean it's always there.
I fucking love it.
It's always there when you need it. In your time of need.
Started playing a bit of Paladins. Nothing too crazy there. I guess that was really the only game I started playing.
Oh, good shit.
But yeah.
I like
Let's
it.
do some news.
I forgot
Or-
something.
I think we're missing one.
We are, but what do you got, James?
I played and beat the game Grease
You did in one sitting.
in one sitting. It's like 2.5 hours. Fun little platformer with beautiful visuals. Solid 8 out of 10. Would recommend. It's on Game Pass. Play it, you fucks.
Fucking play it.
Play it. You play Yakuza, you fuckers.
Myself really
Eh.
quick. I'm pretty much broke for life.
That DoorDash, man. I'll do it to you.
Married with kids. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
that too. But no,
Yeah, that's also a thing.
need
Forgot
to-
about that one.
trying to figure out how to share your thing to
Share your bank account.
I am. No, I'm trying to share Schroeder's thing to his Facebook stream to the Level Unlock podcast page. I don't know if you can share something from someone else's page.
Yeah, you should be able to.
I'll figure it out. But anyways, I got tickets to the Havasu Falls, Havasu Falls, the Havasu
nice.
Falls.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
So if you haven't seen it, look it up. They're crystal clear blue waterfalls, turquoise looking, Indian reservation. It's pretty phenomenal as to what's there. It looks beautiful, stunning images. And so, excuse me, tickets went on sale on Saturday morning. Got 8 a.m. Got on, and there's a clock that counts down. When this clock hits 0, the buy tickets button will open. So finally it opens. I have my 2 monitors, my laptop, my Mac, and my phone all ready, just because I want to make sure I can get the tickets because they sell out quick. So do everything and loads. How many people? 2 tickets. Boom, it's going. It's doing its thing. And it gets to the days. I pick August 11th. August 1st is my birthday. Okay, we're going to go. Click the days. Populates 4 days. Takes me back to the main screen. I'm like, oh no.
Oof.
Load it again. Our servers are experiencing an overload. Please try again later. Refresh the page. Add 2 people. Takes me back to the main screen. And I literally repeated this process probably a good, I don't even know, like 70 times. I was doing this for like 40 minutes. That's how long it took me. And it just literally just continuously doing it over and over and over again. I would get to the page, it would go, the 2 people, the calendar would populate. It populated June, February, March, April, May was sold out at this point within less than 20 minutes. So do it again, June, click to go to the next month for July and August, get to August again, fuck yes. Click on the date, takes me back to the main screen. Another like 10 minutes goes by, finally calendar populates, hit next, June comes up. I hit next. Takes me back to the main screen. Like, are you shitting me? Do it again. Finally, after another 5 minutes, June comes up again. The first day, month available. Click next. Takes me back to the main screen. I was like, is this God telling me I have to go in June? So, do it again. I click June. Takes me back to the main screen. It's like, I'm not going to get fucking tickets. I'm so mad. Finally do it like after 40 minutes. Click it. Populated June. It's like, yes! And then I click pay. And it just sits there and loads. And loads. And loads. And loads. I'm like, these tickets aren't going to fucking go through. I'm going to be so mad. So mad. Finally it does. I'm like, yes! So, and on top of that, and the reason why I'm broke, so my family was here, my mother-in-law and my aunt-in-law, I guess you could say, Nicole's aunt, which by marriage would be my aunt. They were here, and me and Nicole have been talking about wanting to go to Hawaii. So, Melissa, her mom, Estelle, her aunt, was like, well, we want to go to Hawaii. It's like, okay. So just for shits and giggles, we start looking at houses in Hawaii, beach houses. We start looking at plane tickets. And we're like, this will be interesting. So Hawaii just passed a law that Airbnbs are illegal.
Oh no.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, so Airbnbs are illegal, and you have to have a minimum of a 30-day stay. Basically, like it's a minimum 30-day stay. If you are caught letting people rent from you for less than 30 days, the house immediately gets shut down, and the people have to close. So I messaged somebody, and I was like, hey, we don't want to stay here for 30 days. Like, is there any exception to it? And the lady was talking to me. She messaged me back, and she was like, yeah, unfortunately, the hotels got with the state. The hotels passed a law that it is illegal to have an Airbnb for less than 30 days, forcing people to stay at hotels. I was like, that's shit. And after talking to her, some things happened. I won't go into detail in case people are listening. But we got approved.
You sent her a picture of your dick, and you got free tickets to Hawaii.
I did. No, after talking to her, we got approved for a set amount of days. And October 13th to the 22nd, we're going to Hawaii.
Hey.
So yeah.
Yeah, things just happen, you know.
Yeah, things just happen, and now I don't have any money left.
That's like the story of me buying my PlayStation 2 from Japan. Except a lot cooler and probably way more, and not probably, and way more expensive.
Oh yeah. So we're going to Hawaii. That's my vacations for the summer. So I won't be coming home most likely, unfortunately, this year, boys. I'm sorry to say. Unless I can make something happen in August where I can get like a really cheap ticket and someone picks me up from Cleveland. But yeah, that's pretty much my summer. Those 4 days in the falls, the 10 days in Hawaii. I saw maybe work something out for a couple days in like August or something, kind of in between. Don't really want to come home before then because it's going to be too cold. So July, I don't know because I just went on that Havasu, so August would be like the sweet spot. But who knows if I can make it work. If I can.
Yeah, it's going to be too cold for you any other time of the year. It's going to be a chilly 67 degrees.
Pretty much. Maybe April, but I want to shoot for August, so. But that was my week. Just as a
very expensive week.
It is. So, yeah, it was funny because I was talking to Nicole about the Havasu Falls. She's like, so what did we spend tickets on? I was like, well, we spent tickets to go camping outside on the grass. She was like, what? Yeah.
And it's a really fancy area.
It is.
Really nice grass.
That's some high quality grass right there.
Real high quality grass.
God damn it, Nicole.
It's $300
some high
a
quality
ticket.
grass.
Appreciate it.
Oof.
$600 to us to go camping outside. She was like, "Did we really just spend $600 to go camping?" I was like, yeah, but you gotta put it in perspective though. Will we ever go back? This is a beautiful land area. I was like, if you think about that and try to pretend like it didn't cost that much, then it's not a bad time. But if you think how much it
forget
costs,
about how much it costs.
just think that we can't eat for a couple weeks. That's all.
Yeah, that's nice, dude. You
Our
don't need
kid-
food.
Our kids
What do you need
like
food for.
my son's favorite food is ramen noodles, so I'm good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're set.
I'm set.
Take it back to your college days, man.
He ramen noodles, those dollar mac and cheese meals and pizza bites. That's all my kids eat, so that's all they
There
like
you go.
eating.
That's all they want.
So right there, man, I just saved yourself a bunch of money.
Cholesterol. The food source.
Exactly. But
Sodium and cholesterol.
anyone has to know that though. Just pretend. But yeah, that was my week. Let's get in some news, shall we? News. Who wants to go first? Crickets.
Yes, we all jump.
I looked over. I was like,
Don't all jump at once, everyone. Oh, Mark's doing a nose goes.
I'll.
All right, fuckers. All right, fuckers. Here we go. Let's get
Go.
into the news. Let's get into the meat and taters. Meat and potatoes. All right. So we learned a little bit about Pokémon Home this past week. So Pokémon Home is the way that you can transfer Pokemon into Pokemon Sword and Shield. From things like it's a cloud storage system. It's launching in February. There will be the basic and premium options. So you can there's a few things. Basically the free option isn't that great. The premium option is good. You're going to be able to transfer Pokemon from the Pokemon Bank, which is the stuff from like Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Pokemon from Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu.
Nice.
Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sword and Shield, you can kind of have them all nest in the same home forever. Their own cloud system there. It's going to be $15 for the year. Or $16 for a year membership. So that's not too bad. A lot of people are super butthurt and pissed about it, and they can go fuck right off their chief. So that's all about that. Yakuza 7 has been out in Japan. Yakuza Like a Dragon. So far, shipments and digital sales top 300,000. So,
Shit.
yay, that's doing pretty well. It's doing a lot better than what Sega predicted. Can't
For
wait
a
for it to come
Yakuza
stateside.
game.
Can't wait for it to come stateside. Still waiting for that. Sometime in 2020. It's a new month, so we got new games with gold and PlayStation Plus. Here are your games, Xbox One games for gold. So you get the wonderful games from February 1st through 29th. You get TT Isle of Man, which is a motorcycle racing game. From February 16th to March 15th, you get Call of Cthulhu. February 1st through 15th, you get Fable Heroes.
Nice.
This is the list.
And then February 16th through 29th, you get the original Star Wars Battlefront. So if anything, it's worth Star Wars Battlefront, the original.
Like OG or
Like
like
OG, like original Xbox, like the good one.
yeah, unfortunately it's only like $5 pretty much.
Yeah, true. But still, hey, you know,
Not bad.
Star Wars
though.
Battlefront. And then for PlayStation Plus members, you get BioShock the Collection. So BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite.
It's not bad.
BioShock 1, 2, and I'll show you a fucking Infinite. The Sims 4 and Firewall for the PSVR. So pretty interesting collection there. Firewall 0 Hour, which is a pretty highly acclaimed shooter on the PlayStation VR. So that's pretty neato.
You're pretty. neato.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There was a game that came out last year called The Outer Worlds. A lot of people liked it. Me and Mark thought it was alright. So it's coming to the Nintendo Switch on March 6th.
Hey,
Yay.
now you can play it portably.
Yay, it's probably going to run like dog shit.
Probably.
Play at 720p. Nice.
High definition 720p.
High definition 720p, baby.
High definition, low texture, 720p.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. It could run it at like a smooth 20 to 15 to 20 frames per second.
Yeah,
Say,
dynamic
say it so
render
casually.
changing. Or render sizes.
Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch just passed a pretty big milestone. So as of March 2017, they have now sold 52.48 million units.
Sure did.
It's a lot of units.
Good
That
old
is a lot of
Super
units.
NES.
I'm sorry, what?
Beat the Super NES in sales.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's beaten everything except for the Wii from Nintendo.
Really?
I think so. I do believe so.
Yeah, I think the Wii was significantly more.
It has beaten Microsoft Xbox One, even though they don't say how much there is, how many sales they've done. They beat the Xbox One in sales. They went up 25 or 22.5% year over year. So it says right now it's ahead of the 3DS in sales, like on trend to beat it, and just behind the Wii.
It's not bad.
So good on Nintendo for making a great system that sells well.
Yeah.
Probably not going to beat the Wii. It's definitely not going to beat the Wii. Definitely not going to beat the PlayStation 4. It's definitely not going to beat the PlayStation 4. And no one's ever going to touch the PlayStation 2 in lifetime sales.
No.
The PS4 just hit about 106 million sales. So, yeah, it's probably not going to beat those.
I highly doubt it.
Do you guys like...
Gave it the old college try, though.
Yeah, they'll give it the good old college try. Who knows if they release another Nintendo Switch, like in a super model. Maybe they'll sell some more units.
Supposedly not in the next year.
Not in the next year, but 2021 is coming up quick.
Very possible. What were you saying, James?
Also,
have we ever what? You said something before that.
It's segue into my next story, but that's fine.
I got you.
And also they say not in 2020, but you know, E3's still coming up. You never know; they might drop a bombshell.
Right, drop a bombshell on the investors.
It's like, hey, by the way,
Yeah,
They'll pull a
releasing another
Sega.
system.
They'll pull a Sega like what they did with the Saturn, and just be like, "Hey, here's the new Sega Saturn. Look at how cool it is. Guess when you can get your hands on it? Today." And retailers were like, "The fuck?" And fans were like, "The fuck?" And investors were like, "The fuck?"
Like, what do you mean? Like, exactly what I said. We're not ready for this. It sucks to suck, don't it? You're selling it anyways.
Exactly.
Like, got him.
Have you guys heard of a company called Blizzard?
A little bit.
They make
A company called Blizzard.
Yeah, they made a
couple things.
they made a pretty niche game a few years back called Warcraft 3.
And then they decided to remake it for some reason.
Yeah, and then they decided to remaster this pretty not well known game. So first off, the title of this story, at least in my notes here, is Blizzard is a fuck. Source.
I like it.
So one of the big things that people loved with Warcraft 3 were the mods. Some pretty crazy things came out of Warcraft 3. Mainly Dota. Dota started as the modern day MOBA started as a Warcraft 3 mod. Blizzard wasn't too happy about it because they were like, "This is mine." And then when Valve bought the people who made it, and released it as Dota, Valve was like, no, this is mine. And it ended up being, hey, there's nothing in your terms and conditions or your terms of service that says, Blizzard,
You
this
can't
is
do
yours,
this.
so fuck off. So they fucked off. Well, now, with Warcraft 3 Reforged, they have a funny little thing in here, in their little terms of service now. Quote, custom games are and shall remain the sole and exclusive property of Blizzard. Without limiting the foregoing, you are hereby assigned to Blizzard all your right titles and interest and to all custom games, including but not limited to any copyrights in the content of any custom games.
I like it.
So that
Makes sense.
so that means if you want to make a cool little, I don't know, like an MMO mod or make another MOBA using the Warcraft 3 game, fuck off, you can't. Unless you want to give it to Blizzard. Now,
I would have assumed that's how it was, actually.
Now imagine playing 5M and Grand Theft Auto Rockstar was like, no, this is mine. And then they decided to charge you, be like, hey, yeah, you got to pay now to use your 5M stuff.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
That'd be pretty shitty, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Same goddamn thing. Same goddamn thing.
I agree with that. That's stupid.
In other news, oof. So, people really don't like Warcraft 3 Reforged. Not just for that, but also,
Yeah.
not really updating it at all.
It's a lot of
not-
problems.
Not really, showing off, like remaking the cutscenes like they showed off at 3. None of that
It's got powered up.
shit. You just got powered up. You need to fucking lower
I
that,
do.
you idiot.
Oh my! Every fucking time.
I hope that does that show up on the podcast?
It does. I'm sorry.
Oh, you need to get rid of that during the podcast. That's for
I'm
goddamn
sorry.
sure.
Yeah,
It
it does.
does. I'm sorry.
It does. Thank you for
So-
followed me, by the way. And I apologize to anyone who's listening whose ears are now bleeding following that.
Yeah, everyone.
Just turn that shit off during the podcast.
I will.
You always say you will,
I
and
forget.
you never do.
And then it makes me fucking jump.
Ah,
Super Saiyan 3 Goku going ham.
Isn't it literally just an item in your audio mixer in OBS?
It
Yep.
is.
You just turn it down, no problem.
Yeah, I could.
Or I would just mute it
I definitely should.
Or-
But
Personally.
whatever.
or whatever. So yeah, a lot of people don't like Warcraft 3 Reforged. So much so, as of let me get the exact stat. So when this article was written from, when I looked at this on Metacritic, it was at a 0.8 user score out of 10 on Metacritic. Right now, as of February 3rd, 2020, the day of our Lord, it has, out of 23,137 ratings, it has a 0.5.
Nice.
A 0.5 user score for the game
Yikes.
Warcraft 3 Reforged. The
Oh, boy.
much beloved game. There are 22,057 negatives, 208 mixed, and 872 positives reviews. That is a massive oof.
Yeah, it is. Oh my
A
word.
massive oof in chat. And it only has, out of 16 critics, that has a 61 out of 100. That's not even that good. So, it is, although it did win an award, the most discussed PC game in 2020. So, that's the award right now on Metacritic. Not one you really want. Speaking of companies that are fucks, I titled this one, Jesus Christ, Google.
Nice.
So, a lot of people have been super butthurt
Not.
at Google for many reasons for the Stadia. One of which,
Fucking computer's
Stop.
going crazy.
it was my assistant.
Oh.
So a lot of people are upset because, hey, where have been all the vid games that you promised? Where's vid games for my system? Well, Google had something to say about that. Let's see here. Where is the exact quote? All right. We understand the desire to hear more specifics on the games. After all, this is what it's about, the games. Of course, not all 120 titles will be announced by the Stadia team, as we leave it up to the publishers to make the announcement about their IP/games, and which platforms it will appear on, just as we do with the exclusive
Not.
Yeah,
Your audio went out.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you're through your microphone now.
Or through your
Fuck.
camera.
Yeah, you sound horrible.
Just randomly.
That's butts.
Yeah, you're through something else now. You're really high.
Dang's in
Well,
chat.
when do you guys talk?
Okay. Well, I'll throw some things out there really quick. Sorry, I got food on my face. Anywho.
Nice.
Dude, my Streamlabs is just going crazy. I apologize to anyone who's currently watching right now. All of our icons are off because James has exited the
That's interesting.
stream for a second here really quick, so I do apologize for anyone who is watching. That might look a little funky for a minute, but if
Oh
not...
yeah. Gosh, James.
Yeah. Anywho, I'll stick with the gaming side of it really quick. The Sims 5 is in production.
Oh man.
Yeah. EA CEO talks where the Sims is heading and what they can do differently. So he has talked about how can they change it so you're not just getting the same game over and over and over and over again. So cross-platform is going to be their main focus in the cloud-enabled world. So I can play with you on PS4. I can play with you on Xbox, PC. You back? You live?
I'm back.
There you go.
Fucking Discord. We should just use Skype from now on.
Yeah, I know. I'll finish what I was saying. You can go back to what you were saying, James. So we're talking about The Sims 5. The EA CEO talks about it's where it's heading. It's cross-platform, as well as creation. It's going to be a big thing in this. Now, like when he says creation, obviously you can already create worlds, but how do you improve on that? You improve on that by multiplayer, social interactions, and competition.
Surprised multiplayer hasn't been a thing yet.
Yeah.
So what's your basically from the 5 seconds I've heard of it, they want to make The Sims Online again.
Yeah. The Sims
Those are the
Online
days.
GTA realm. It's going to be cross-platform. Multiplayer will 100% be a thing. You'll be able to customize the game. You'll be able to compete in competitions, do things, as well as social interaction inside of the game. Talk to other people. I don't know how Sims Online worked and how it played out.
It was just The Sims but with more people.
Okay. But yeah, that
That's
is
all it
where
was.
they're going. So it's he does mention it's kind of like The Sims Online from many, many, many years ago,
Many a moons.
but the experience is going to be tenfold. They are looking to make this game as basically a world-renowned game, and they're going to renew the people's love for this game who have lost it, and by making it, I'm honestly reading this as it's becoming GTA 5, except without the stealing cars and shooting people and hookers.
Well, no,
Other
I
than
feel
that.
like it's probably still going to be The Sims, but
Oh yeah, it definitely will
Right.
be. But
Looks like they're adding VR.
the competition side will be cool because that's when you have like your missions and stuff like that, so you actually can do stuff.
I don't know about that one. I think it's maybe like Animal Crossing.
Maybe. Yeah, they want you to basically to be able to escape creation. So like they want you to be able to do so much. And they said the competition side of it gives you the chance to adventure out into the world and to do other things. So we'll see where it goes. There is no ETA as to when it'll be coming out, but
Probably 2022.
but they talked about E3. So maybe EA will pull something out of their sleeve here at E3 and give us an update on The Sims 5. Because The Sims 4, it's been out for
Ever.
it's been
2013.
it's been
14.
a lot of years.
Sims 3 is still better.
Yeah, it's much better. It's objectively better.
So James, go ahead and finish talking about why Google is shit, and then I'll talk about another company that's shit.
Hold on. 2014 is when The Sims 4 came out.
Nice.
Yeah, so basically, going back to what I was saying about Google basically saying, "Oh, it's up to developers to tell you when shit's coming out for our system." That's basically, imagine if someone like Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo was like, "I don't know why you're mad at us guys about not having video games on your video game system that you spend $129 on and still have to pay the fucking games, as well as a cloud streaming service, and you can't even buy the games if you don't have a fucking Pixel phone, so fuck off." It's not our fault. It's the developer's fault for not telling you about these games. Now imagine a bigger company doing that. People would be furious. People would be equally as furious.
Yeah, they would be.
Still pretty upset.
Oh yeah. But
Puppy.
it's ridiculous. Puppers. Big old pupper. It's ridiculous how Google just wants to throw shade, and they don't want to take blame for nothing. They just want to throw shade on everyone else. Nothing is their fault.
Why don't you contact Ubisoft and EA? Ask them where your games are at.
Exactly. Same with
And then people were online complaining about how there aren't any games coming out, or how there aren't any updates from Google. And they're like, "Well, you should have just looked at our community blog. It's on there all the time."
Yeah, or like the
Yeah,
people
that's
getting
a lot of
pissed off. They're like, "Why, I buy this with you guys saying that all these games are going to be 4K 60 frames per second. These games are running 1080p at like 60 frames.
It's the
Why?
developer's fault.
It's the developer's fault. They just need to learn how to make a fucking video game. It's not our fault." It's like, fuck off, guys. Like, this is exactly how you get into the game industry.
Yep.
This is how you gain, good terms and the blessing of people, for making this stuff. Like, you just do that. You just shit all over everyone else. It's everyone else's fault and not yours. No blame to you. You take none of the fucking blame.
Makes everyone else look like the villain here and be like, well, it's not our fault. We've tried. They just won't cooperate. I don't think that's actually how it is.
It's not. No, it's your fault, Google. Shut up.
And to piggyback off that, another company that's shit. So, microtransactions. EA, as a company.
Oh, they made so much money off
That's
of
their
microtransactions.
superpower is fucking microtransactions.
As of December 21st, 31st, 2019, EA made $2.83 billion in microtransactions.
I'm gonna put some money down and say that probably at least a cool billion of that was just for FIFA.
God.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it doesn't say which games.
Excuse me.
Jesus
Star
Christ.
Wars Fallen Order is up there. FIFA, Madden, and
That doesn't
NHL.
Probably have sales.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
because that doesn't have any microtransactions.
yeah. Well, no. Yeah, just in terms of the live services, it was it's bad.
That is bad. That's crazy bad.
Yep, $2.83 billion in microtransactions.
Yeah, and all of it's from FIFA.
Yeah. The Ultimate Team modes is a large part of that from FIFA, Madden, and the NHL. So what Ultimate Team modes is basically cards that you get that it's like a random pack of players, and then you can say, here's a pack. Oh, there's one awesome player. Pick that. And then you can just keep literally purchasing these packs of cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Every sports game has it.
yeah, that's huge. Apex Legends was up there, but not nearly as high as those other ones, which is
Well, I
absolutely
mean, at least
insane.
the other ones cost money, so they made money from the games. Like Jedi Fallen Order is expected to sell 10 million, beating all expectations they had, and that doesn't have any microtransactions. That's just a single player game.
They're called live services. They're not called.
No, it's called fucking gambling. That's what it is. It's
what
called fucking gambling.
They actually have classed it as what's called live services. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's a term in the gaming industry.
In quarter 3, EA did $993 million of live services.
Surprise mechanics.
Yeah,
Yes, surprise.
yeah, totaling
Surprise
$2.83 billion.
We like to call it surprise mechanics.
Imagine you have a Kinder Egg, and imagine opening it up and seeing the surprise inside. It's the same thing as getting a loot box. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's utterly insane. So for Q4, where was it at? I just saw it, which is October,
big.
November, December, which is your holiday season.
Your big money hours.
Over 30% of their income for EA was microtransactions.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me though, man.
And which is utterly insane that much revenue came strictly from microtransactions. But I thought, well, those are loot boxes that they were banning, right?
Yeah.
Microtransactions are separate, aren't they?
Yeah, that would be like, oh, hey, you're playing, I don't know, fucking Buttfuck 15 by EA Sports. And, oh, you can get a 3-day XPP boost. So that would be like microtransactions.
Mm.
Or I guess you could also say DLC is microtransactions.
Also from EA, during their press conference that they had, EA CEO said that the Xbox Series X and the PS5 will absolutely blow your mind. He said the power of the new consoles is going to be substantially greater than anything that exists now. We can do a lot more with our games than we ever have been able to do in the past. These consoles will absolutely blow your mind. So as to a little taste of what's to come, coming from EA, he expects, well, obviously as in any new console, but basically saying the power that these consoles have and the software that it has, the games going forth are gonna be stunning looking.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited. You keep going, James or Mark.
All right. Well, I guess two things now.
I bet it.
So, a lot of people have been talking about, cross-platform and cross-play and cross this, cross that, X-cross.
Cross-gender.
So, on Reddit, a company did a survey to the wonderful folks of Reddit, asking them if they would be interested in a service that they provide coming to other devices like the Nintendo Switch or Apple TV. Can you guys guess what company that was?
Apple.
No.
Google. I don't know. Sony.
No.
Microsoft.
Sony.
Sony.
So Sony's exploring PlayStation 4 Remote Play on Nintendo Switch as a portable DualShock controllers. So
It's pretty dope.
pretty much, if you guys remember the Vita, rest in peace Vita.
Yeah.
That had one of the cool selling points of the Vita was that you could play your PlayStation 4 on the go.
Yep.
Or wherever you want. And that was the main selling point of the Vita TV. You can play your PS4, any TV in the house. You don't need a PS4 hooked up to it. So they're looking to bring that to the Switch, possibly bring that to the Switch, and then also maybe Apple TV, which will be pretty heckin' neato.
Makes sense. Microsoft and the Switch already have a deal, so why not Sony get into it? How much more money can they
Exactly.
make? And that's like the biggest thing. So
Exactly, and I could see them, doing things like if this becomes a big thing, maybe seeing PlayStation Now
Yeah.
on the Switch.
That'd be cool.
Last thing I have is like fucking brand new news. Brand new news
New
that I
news.
learned of today.
breaking news.
Breaking brand new news.
Monday
There's
special.
a video game made by the wonderful company Platinum Games. They made Bayonetta and Nier Automata. They also made a game called Wonderful 101. It's a game that you've never heard of because, as the director of the game, Hideki Kamiya, said, 13 people played it.
Wow.
It came out on the Wii U. So that kind of shows how successful it was. Really interesting game where you control 101 superheroes defeating giant monsters. Seemed neat. I didn't have a Wii U at the time, so I didn't play it. Well, people have been wondering, hey, when 101? When 101 come and Switch? When's Marvel? When Marvel? So it's been teased here and there that, hey, there might be an announcement coming. There might be something interesting coming along the way. And then one night on Twitter, Hideki Kamiya posts a picture of him in his office, sitting there just chilling at a cubicle in front of a computer. And in the background, someone's there going, hey. And the eagle-eyed fans on Twitter noticed the time on the monitor. The time was 101.
Oh.
And everyone freaked out.
Ew.
Well, we learned the other day that Wonderful 101 is possibly indeed coming to the Nintendo Switch via the way of Kickstarter.
Nice. That's kind of cool. The little subtle things.
With the humble goal of, I think it was $50,000 USD. Let me just pull it up real quick on Kickstarter. For about $50,000, they would bring the game to the Nintendo Switch. Let me see if this. Oh, there we go. 101 remastered. $50,000, $50,010. The game would come to the Switch.
That's awesome.
And then if it raised, I think it was, here we go. $250,000, a Steam version would be released. And if it raised $50,000, a PS4 version would be released. Well, this came like 2 or 3 days ago. This launched on Kickstarter. You want to know what it's up to now?
Probably hit its goal.
150,000.
All right, we got 150,000.
I have
What else?
50,000.
50,000. Jeff, what do you think? How much do you think this has made? This game that 13 people played.
Oh God, 13 people played it.
Pretty much.
Well, then clearly it couldn't have made much. 12,000? I don't know. Nothing.
How about
They lost money.
$857,381?
How did they make that much money with 3 people playing it?
No, they just raised that money to remake it.
Yeah.
Oh,
How much? They raised that much money from a game that no one played.
That's insane.
Because 1, Platinum is amazing, and 2, everyone who's played this game says it's fantastic. And you know what? People have been talking about it. People have been shouting from the rooftops.
Give me this game.
Give me this game, you fucks. Remake it. Put it on an actual video game system. Yeah, and in like 4 days, 3 or 4 days, it absolutely demolished every goal. But pretty much every goal that it set.
Jeez.
The next goals that they have, stretch goals, will be at $1 million, where there will be a time attack mode, and $1.5 million, Luca's first mission, which is a brand new 2D side-scrolling adventure starring a young hero. So it's probably going to make both of those.
That's awesome.
So hey, Wonderful 101's coming out again for an actual video game system.
GG's. I got a couple things if you want to go, Mark.
Yeah, mine should be pretty quick.
Yeah.
So the EU officially voted on creating a standard charging adapter for phones, despite Apple pretty much lobbying out those things. So that pretty much,
best cable.
yeah, as I said, the EU voted on a standardized charging cable for all of your mobile devices to reduce e-waste and pretty much just have a standard cable for all of your devices.
That'd be
Good.
nice.
Prosumer
Like,
at its
it's
finest.
cool. The only issue is that it could partially halt development on those sort of things. It's like, let's say one company wants to make like a super awesome charging cable, but it doesn't follow the same kind of port style. They can't use it because it's not standard. So that's the issue. That's the trade-off. It'll be interesting to see
Well,
how
then at
long.
that point, it's just do wireless charging. Like,
But
I mean,
what if there's
USB-C is
something?
probably the best.
What if there's something better than wireless charging?
back.
What if they get into like radio charging or something? But like they can't call it wireless charging because that's a trademark thing by like the QI Association or whatever.
Microwave charging.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Let's throw
Like,
it in the microwave.
Shoot lasers at your phone and they charge it that way.
No, just throw it in the microwave. It'll charge. It's fine. Do it. That's what that one update for the iPhone 6s did. It's fine.
Yeah, you can charge it with microwaves. So that's how you get 3D touch to work.
Yeah.
Next one up, it looks like Sling is expanding their content onto web browsers. So before you'd only be able to watch Sling by using their integrated app, but it looks like now if you go to watch.sling.tv, not sponsored, you can watch all of their free content using Chrome and other web browsers. Jeez, words.
You can watch all your favorite live sports and TV shows, like Fox or ESPN on Sling TV. # not sponsored.
Yeah, all your great content you want to go watch. So now you can watch it on your web browsers. Pretty quick thing, doesn't really have to do with tech, but something that we've talked about a little bit. There was a big flavor ban a few months ago on refillable vape cartridges that they sell at like gas stations and stuff. So like Juul got in a lot of trouble, those sort of people got in a lot of trouble. But people have been finding loopholes saying that,
Nice.
if it's not refillable, then retailers can sell it. So you'll find non-refillable like vape cartridges at gas stations or wherever just because they can.
Nice.
Yeah. Good job. More waste.
Yeah, exactly. More waste.
Figured I'd
Yeah,
bring that on.
that kid actually just came out and acknowledged that the kid who had the double lung bypass or whatever, like the double lung replacement. He actually came out and admitted that it was one of those backwater weed pens.
Oh, jeez.
Well, yeah.
But yet they're still pushing for it. That's what all those cases were with all those people getting super sick. It was those like
gnarly
homemade weed
pens.
pens, yeah.
You shouldn't vape. Vaping is bad.
Yeah, right.
It'll kill you quicker than tobacco. Smoke tobacco.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta get a full puff.
Yeah.
But that's all that I got for news. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Jeff, do you have anything?
And same here, nothing too crazy. I saw an article about a guy who turned a treadmill into a
Oh,
controller for Death Stranding.
yes, I
It's kinda
got
neat.
that.
That
The
was
ingenuity of gamers, man.
Yeah.
Being
the
able to
article
just
here was
do
pretty
whatever
fun.
they want. Just make
Yeah.
whatever they want. So do you guys want to take bets that Walker went out to go to the door to get his
Get
like
his DoorDash?
DoorDash or his delivery after going, man, I'm fucking broke after spending all this money on a trip to Hawaii and camping.
Right. He's gonna come
Can't-
back with a pizza.
Yeah, can't make food. Gotta
Yeah.
got a podcast.
That's so crazy. I'm looking over this article. Controller. He used the right stick on the controller to turn the camera. The left stick was removed and wired into the treadmill to control walking and running. That's the short
Yeah.
version. But there's
So
a
how-
video that goes into the engineering of it.
Walker, what did you get it from DoorDash?
No, actually, my son was crying. That's why I went up. I'm out of breath now. Running up the steps.
Beer's too heavy.
It is.
You got a great workout.
That's a whole 12 cans. Maybe.
No, there's only
I
like
don't
5
know.
left.
Oh man.
Oh,
That's crazy, dude. This dude's the video has the dude has a thing on his back, basically a
risky.
rubber band, to make it feel like he's carrying all that weight.
Hmm.
That is cool,
man,
though. You walk so
you
much
got
in
a
that
lot
game,
of
might as
weight.
well.
Yeah.
Actually walk.
Yeah.
That's
Podcast
funny.
sponsored by Bud Light.
be heavy.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, Walker.
Cheers.
I don't know if you're actually supposed to be able to say that.
What? It's sponsored.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah,
sure.
no, you can't say that. Except if you put hashtag not sponsored.
It's not really sponsored, but if you
Not
drink it
sponsored.
enough,
Hash-
maybe they will.
Hashtag this is a joke.
Product placement.
Just like my life.
I gotta. How do I respond to that?
Oh, that great segue.
Same.
Were you done with what you
That's how
had,
you
Schroeder?
respond to it.
Yeah, we're all.
Yeah, I didn't have much really.
Oh,
though.
okay. 2X BioWare bosses are making a new game. They are making an RPG set in a sci-fi universe with the company Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons.
What?
Yes, so the 2X BioWare CEOs have left the company to start their own. Archetype Entertainment. They are essentially a division of Wizards of the Coast, the company behind Magic the Gatherings and Dungeons and Dragons. So they're making an RPG game that is based in the world of Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, in a sci-fi universe.
Wow.
So basically, what they're doing is a tabletop Mass Effect.
So we'll see. But
Could
it's
be like Dungeons and Dragons Online.
Mm-hmm.
If
Possibly.
y'all ever played that or Neverwinter?
Everyone is pretty good.
but supposedly it's coming together very, very, very well, and expect some big things. They said.
Now, is it a game or is it like a tabletop game?
They said it's a game. It's an RPG game, like an actual RPG and a sci-fi game RPG based in the world of Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the
It's a
Gathering.
video game though.
Yes, it's an actual video game.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. Apex Legends Season 4 was released today. No,
Yay.
yesterday. Released yesterday. I had it put down for today for yesterday's podcast, but nevertheless. So tomorrow, shockingly for Apex Legends, it's
Wait,
the
tomorrow
one,
as in today or tomorrow?
tomorrow is the 4th.
Okay.
Sorry, February 4th. It's the 1-year anniversary of Apex Legends.
Fuck,
That's
it's
all-
only been out for it's only been out for a year. It feels
Doesn't
like
it
it's been
seem
out
like-
for like
I
3
know.
years.
They already have 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Damn.
Doesn't it seem like it was out way longer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, how often do you get your character reset in that game? Shit.
it's a ton.
I need another battle pass, Mom.
And the crazy thing about this too, they didn't start doing the seasons until like 6 months ago. So they went all that time without doing seasons, and they just been kind of
They've
fucking.
been shitting out seasons
Yeah.
left and right.
Our
I gotta
first-
catch up to those Fortnite.
This came out right before our podcast, right? Because that's is what we played.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
we
Yeah.
played a lot of this together.
Yeah, because a lot of our weeks were just us playing Apex.
Those were the
then
days when
talking-
Anthem came out.
Yep, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, talking about Anthem and how that game was supposed to be the greatest thing, and then we shit on it, and then how Apex was the Fortnite killer, and Fortnite was dead, and that didn't last very long.
Fortnite started doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey man, it was
Black
$5
holes
at
and-
GameStop. I bought the
Oh.
pre-owned copy, so I didn't give EA any money.
Yeah, unfortunately, our prediction for the Fortnite killer didn't last very long. Lasted a little bit, but not very long though. So in the season 4, they brought back the original map. So now you will randomly be put onto one of two maps. So instead of having the new one, you go back and forth between both of them, which is kind of cool. So instead of getting old of the one area, now you're gonna go back and forth between both of them.
Now you're gonna get old of 2 areas.
Exactly. They have new weapons, a brand new sniper. It's called the Sentinel. A new ranked mode, an anniversary event that'll happen tomorrow. That'll include 10 times XP.
That's a lot of XP.
So that's pretty cool.
Games.
Man,
well
Call
as,
of Duty only gives double XP weekends.
Yeah, well, it's only one day, just because it's the 1 year anniversary.
Well, they should give one-time XP then.
So the Revenant, which is a new character, the Revenant fires a poison dagger that can be pinged to reveal targets for up to 30 seconds. So say you shoot the target with the Revenant and the guy runs away, you can see his red icon throughout the map for 60 seconds, so you can follow him behind like rocks and stuff, which is kind of cool. Silent, he throws a silent grenade. He has the ability to use smoke to turn him into a shadow. That basically helps you escape while you take less damage. Death Recall, the Revenant drops a totem that reincarnates anyone that uses it when they die, which is pretty awesome.
Sounds pretty broken.
So if you can basically set it, or if you die, he drops it, and then the team can come and grab it, and it automatically resurrects one of your teammates. So that's kind of cool.
Fancy.
So that's a little different, and obviously they have little tweaks and stuff like that they did. So, but yeah, Revenant is a new character. He looks basically like just a really buff, roided out dude. Rockstar is giving a thank you to everybody for playing Red Dead Online and GTA Online. They are giving away, if you play by the 5th...
canvas bag.
Yeah, they're giving you a canvas bag. If you play from now to the 5th, and then you log back in from the 6th to the 12th, you will make $2 million. You'll make $1 million if you sign in from now to the 5th, and you'll make another $1 million if you sign in from the 6th to the 12th. There is missions that you have to do to complete it. There's 4 missions, and it basically, when they adds up, it gives you $1 million. Due to the overwhelming success of the online modes, they're just basically saying thanks.
Yeah, they've done that a few times.
Yeah.
Throughout the fucking 200 years that it's been out.
A couple other things. Nintendo. Going back to what James was talking about earlier, the Switch. So there was a guy out there that has been hacking Nintendo's servers and leaking the information to people before Nintendo could leak it.
Hacking.
Yeah. Nintendo has found him with the help of the FBI, and he is now going to prison.
For a lot more than just hacking a Nintendo Switch.
Yes. Ironically, his last name is Hernandez. If you know, I'll recall Aaron Hernandez he played for the Patriots, who was the serial killer who played on the Patriots. Nice. There's a Netflix special about it. Ryan Hernandez is his name. He is 21. He is an associate fished a Nintendo's employee in 2016 to get access and steal confidential information from the company. In October 2017, the FBI contacted him and his parents to ask him to stop. At the time, he was underage, so there's nothing they could do.
It's like, dude, just stop. All right, just chill.
Stop doing that.
He did not, and he broke into many more servers, and as of December, he pled guilty for corruption, accessing confidential files, as well as having child pornography on his computer.
Well, that'll do it.
Yep.
That'll get you in trouble quick.
Yep. The FBI hacked him and found all this information.
Whoa, hold on, wait. So the
Yeah.
FBI hacked the hacker.
Hey, the FBI hacked the
Ooh.
hacker.
The FBI should be going to jail for hacking.
Yeah. He could serve up from 5 to 20 years in prison. 5 years for the hacking, 20 years for possessing child pornography. So it could be a total of 25 years, or he could just get 5 years. Depends.
They're gonna throw the book at this guy.
Probably for that. So, yeah. So he thought he was just going to jail for a couple years. Okay, I'm cool. Nope. And the FBI
Or
then.
big hefty fine.
Yep. And the FBI was like, well, let's do some little digging.
Let's look into this guy a little bit more. Oh, hey, look.
My brother.
He's a piece of shit.
My brother Jordan says, basically, screw Rockstar. They haven't given him his $1 million yet. He's been playing it, trying to get the $1 million. He just texted me that. Last two gaming things. One last gaming thing. The Final Fantasy trailer, Final Fantasy VII trailer, official trailer has been released. You hear all the voices of all the characters from the first part. You see Red 13,
Well,
or as James calls him.
XX Weed 420 XX. Red 13 looks great.
He does. He looks phenomenal. The graphics
Or as I
look
like to call him,
disgusting.
Weed. Weed looks great.
The graphics look disgusting. In the original version, Cloud there's a part where Cloud has to dress up as a woman. You have to get a dress, you have to get a wig, get makeup on, and
Cloud's fucking hot.
Yeah, you have to. Then Cloud then gets picked because he's so cute to go into basically a pedophile's.
No,
not a
just
pedophile.
A sex dungeon.
Yeah,
it's just a sex dungeon.
Yeah, he basically gets
Don't
picked
mix
to
this
go
up
into
with
his
the last story.
That's true. He gets picked to go into a sex dungeon to save one of the characters, and Cloud ultimately gets picked and everything like that. But you get to play the whole story out.
Cloud doesn't get picked.
Well, depends what you get.
Aerith. Oh, really?
Yeah, there's 3 options. You can get Tifa, Aerith, or Cloud.
See, Aerith got picked. I didn't know that. Aerith got picked.
Yeah, you can get one of 3. It depends what you pick. Like there's different things and different things you have to do, and there's extra additives.
It does look like it's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder what Walker, how far are you into watching my Let's Play?
The third one. You see like the hair Schroeder where he has like the hair braided?
Yeah.
That's him as the girl.
Yeah.
All right, you haven't seen yet. You're still far away from Cat Sith.
Yeah, I haven't.
So I named him something funny.
I can only imagine.
I named him Paul Blart.
Oh my god, I fucking love it. I still remember when you named Tifa, you were like, fuck! And you're like,
yeah, I accidentally named Tifa just Tifa.
The regular name. And
yeah, I was like, shit.
Mitchell was like, you want to restart? And you're like, no, if I restart, I'm never playing this game again. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, okay, never mind.
Okay, so I got Cloud Uwu, Eris Kun, Tifa, Barrett XD, Weed 420, and Paul Blart, and then Vincent. We just got Vincent, and I think I named him like 3 Days Grace because he's just the emo kid.
I like it. That's fucking awesome. But yeah, the game looks stunning, so I'm excited for that. It's gonna be great. All the characters look phenomenal. There's some extra added pieces supposedly that aren't in the original game because they didn't want to make it like a verbatim copy of the original game. They wanted to change some things and add some things. So we'll see what they added and what they didn't add, and then kind of go from there. So that's my my gaming news. I got a couple movie things really quick, not to bore
curious
everybody.
To see what the one might piss me off.
So I'm saving that one for last. So Bad Boys for Life is #1 box office again. Bad Boys for Life is the highest grossing movie for January in history.
Good job.
Yeah.
Bad Boys for Life.
So that is the Will Smith, Martin Lawrence remake of Bad Boys for those who didn't know. So that is that. There honestly isn't any movies that have been coming out that can dethrone that. It's most likely going to stay #1 for 2 more weeks until Valentine's Day when Sonic the Hedgehog comes out.
Let's hope.
So
I'm getting a bunch of people together to go out to see Sonic the Hedgehog on Valentine's Day.
that's awesome. A couple other things. The Fast 9 trailer has launched. For
Oh, it
those
looks
who
bad.
didn't see it, John Cena's in the movie. John Cena plays Vin Diesel's long-lost master assassin, hacker, and world's greatest driving brother, which magically has never been talked about.
Extremely white brother.
Which never has been talked about in 20 years. But he's been the world's best assassin, best hacker, and one of the best drivers in the world. But magically, he just showed up, so I don't know.
When did the first Fast and the Furious movie come out?
Next year, it'll be 20 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, next year is 20 years for the franchise.
Wow.
Dangs.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. So yeah, that's a thing. So kudos to them. That comes out in the summer. A couple other quick pieces. Kobe Bryant will be honored at the Oscars. They will have a special memoriam. As for those who didn't know, Kobe Bryant actually won an Oscar for a short film that he did. So that's pretty awesome for that. What do we got here? Indiana Jones. For Indiana Jones 5 was thought to be dead. It is not. It is still being written. It has officially been rewritten 5 times.
Wow.
Yes. It is said that it might be a prequel or a reboot. It is not. Indiana Jones is continuing the story as a sequel from the 4th one. The one that everyone hated,
Which
one
was
with
shit, yeah.
Shia LaBeouf. So we'll see how it actually plays out when it will actually be released. No one has any idea. So we'll see. Another piece. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is being rebooted for Disney Plus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Cool.
Rick
Those are
Morris, I think that's how I say it, Moranis. Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis is said to reprise his role in some form to be in it. It is called Shrunk.
He best better be in that shit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know if it would do too hot.
Yeah, the reboot will be called Shrunk. Adam Sandler has renewed his Netflix deal for 4 more movies, starting next year. He
made movies recently?
Murder Mystery came out last year. Uncut Gems. That was another one. That was Uncut Gem was saying that was his best movie he's ever made, but he got snubbed for an Oscar.
really.
Yeah.
I heard a lot. I heard it was really good.
Yeah, he basically plays gambler, or people place bets. He's an NBA. He's Kevin Garnett, the basketball player. He's his agent, as well as he's a huge gambler / drug addict. So the movie got raving reviews, but he got snubbed for an Oscar. So now he says he's gonna make 4 shitty films with Netflix, and everyone's gonna be okay with it.
Not bad.
Which is absolutely hilarious. Witcher is getting a movie. It is going to be the prequel to the Netflix series and will focus on what's the main dude's name?
Geralt?
Geralt's teacher. I don't know.
Oh, fuck. What's his teacher's name? I should know this.
Vesemir?
Vesemir?
Yeah, we'll play the key player. It's called Nightmare of the Wolf. So yeah, the Nightmare of the Wolf is a Netflix animated series, but it's a tie-in to the actual Witcher TV show, which is actually pretty cool. Last one thing that I have is that there's 2 movies that have been confirmed. Bum-ba-da-bum. One is A Fatal Frame, and the second is the new Silent Hill movie.
New Silent Hill movie.
Yes. The
All right,
original
so
director of the first.
Who's making them?
So the original director of the first Silent Hill has confirmed he is returning to film another Silent Hill based on Konami's horror series, as well as a new adaptation of the terrifying Fatal Frame,
Oh, fuck
Oh, he's doing
off.
both of them.
aka
He's gonna
Perfect
ruin
Zero.
them both. Fucking goddamn it!
Yes. He's working on an adaptation of the video game Perfect Zero. The film will take place in Japan. I currently don't
I'm
want
more
to.
upset about the Fatal Frame one than the Silent Hill one.
He doesn't want to uproot it from Japan, but it'll stay. So he's filming it in Japan. They're also working on a new Silent Hill. The project will always be anchored in an atmosphere of a small town.
It's gonna be fucking shit, though. You don't know how to make a fucking movie, you piece of shit.
They are making a new
God
one.
fucking damn it.
It says that these movies will not be this new Silent Hill will not be in direct correlation with the first two, despite him saying he has no regrets of Silent Hill and Silent Hill Revelation. He says that despite getting brutal reviews, he has no regrets in making them, as well as he's excited about the new projects that he's going to be doing. So yes, we are getting a Silent Hill 3. Well, not really, just a Silent Hill movie in a Fatal Frame.
Just hope it doesn't suck.
No, it's gonna suck. It's gonna fucking suck.
You can
Pessimistic
hope all
me.
you want.
Yeah, you can hope all you want, but it's gonna be trash. Both of them are gonna be trash. Like, I can understand Silent Hill doing movies and stuff like that because that is a somewhat popular video game franchise. All right, cool. I knew stepping into it that it was gonna be shit. Boy, was my expectations really it blew away my expectations and how bad it could be. So that's cool. All right. But Fatal Frame. Are any of you guys familiar with Fatal Frame?
Familiar with the idea.
I know
I've never
what
played it.
Perfect. I've heard of Perfect Zero, but I've never not Perfect Zero, but Project Zero. What was it?
Have any of you guys played Fatal Frame before?
No.
Play Fatal Frame. It's really good. But
Project Zero. There we go.
I've
I've heard of that.
That would be perfect by like a Japanese director as a Japanese horror movie or like a Taiwanese horror movie. Because they're really fucked up over there. And they can make this fantastic. But no. I'm surprised they haven't made a Fatal Frame game and like fuck the Wii U. They made it on the Wii U. Was the most recent one. So I think it was like 2014. 2015.
Fatal Frame.
I think it was like Fatal Frame 5. And it's always been like a niche game here.
Is that
even
the one
for
where you have to
horror
take
game
pictures?
Yeah,
Mhm.
to kill the ghosts.
Okay, yes. I know this. Yeah, you turn
Yeah,
around,
silly.
you take your pictures, and you can see them.
Yeah.
What's
Is
the
that how
difference
you kill-
between-
That's how you kill them?
What's the difference between Project Zero and Fatal Frame? The same thing?
I think so. I'm not familiar with Project Zero.
I know I've heard of that. Project Zero.
Check.
Trying to see here. That's the same concept. Yeah, you
It's
take.
apparently a team of security analysts employed by Google. Tasked with finding zero-day vulnerabilities.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. You
Interesting.
got to take pictures of the. It was for the Fatal. Project Zero.
Yeah.
It's for the PS2. It sounds exact same thing as Fatal Frame.
Yeah, it looks like it's just it's called Zero in Japan.
Yep.
And Project Zero in Europe.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, you just walk around with a camera in your face, taking pictures to see everything.
2014 was the last time a Fatal Frame game came out. It's not like it's in hot commodity. It's not like everyone's talked about Fatal Frame. You got that few weirdo niche people like me who talk about weird horror games that no one's played
To me, it's gonna be like
and
The
haven't know
Grudge.
so much about it.
I don't think that's gonna do very well.
It's not.
Silent Hill,
It's not.
I can see it doing better than Fatal Frame, but Fatal Frame, everyone's gonna be like, so you kill ghosts with taking pictures of them?
It's a very Japanese thing.
Yeah.
At least with Silent Hill, it all takes place in the U.S.
Yeah.
and it's all like it's very westernized.
Pennsylvania, man.
But Fatal Frame is such a Japanese concept where, the camera obscuras can see and capture ghosts by taking pictures. Taking pictures capture some of your soul.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's such a far out thing to think of, especially nowadays.
Yeah, when I went to Hershey, I wanted to drive through the city that where the underground coal mine or whatever exploded, and every once in a while you'll still see
Centralia. Yeah, you can't go through that.
The ash and everything that falls down. The whole the street to get to it's all spray painted and shit. I wonder if you can walk to it. I know you can't drive into it; it's closed. But I wonder if you can walk to it and how far it would be.
Probably, but it's still dangerous.
Yeah. I wanted to go up that way, but it was out of the way, and I was like, son of a bitch, I'm never going to get over that way again.
Yeah. Because if the street caves in underneath you or something, dude, you're falling into, like,
You're dunzos.
basically a grill.
Yeah. Well, it's still on fire. It's been, like, 100 years or something like that? Because no one wants
50, 60.
something like that. Yeah, no one wants to go down there and put it out, so every once in a while, they say they'll actually have showers of, like, ash and soot that'll come out of the ground because of the coal mine that exploded. Which is crazy to think about. An abandoned city. Good old Pennsylvania. But yeah, that's all I got. You said you had a list, James?
I did have a list. So I only put this list in because something was on there. US Gamer did top 100 games of the decade. This decides to load. We might talk about it. Phil says about blank. Oh, hey, usgamer.net. All right. Oh, let me just scroll through real quick the earlier entries. Jackbox. Tekken 7, MGS 5. That game's kind of trash. Fortnite. Oh, Dragon's Dogma's on there. XCOM, Alpha Pro. Okay. God damn it. So such a long list. Dragon Quest Builders. Whoa, hold the phone there, Chief. Danganronpa. Hell
Nice.
yeah. I like this website. Untitled Gooseman. Monster Hunter World.
Nice.
Love that.
What is this?
I'll Fire Emblem Three Houses. Claude the game. usgamer.net's top 100 games of the decade. I'm just kind of scrolling through real quick of the not so high up on the list was P5. Where is okay? Can I do okay? So let's do the 25 to 1 real quick. Because there's one thing on here that I got to give this company much love for. Because they picked a pretty solid thing for them. Okay, so 25 is Into the Breach. 24 is Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. 23 is Stardew Valley. 22 is Spelunky. 21 is Smash Bros. Ultimate. 20 is Fallout New Vegas. 19 is Hotline Miami. 18 is The Last of Us. Number 17, baby, Yakuza 0.
Nice.
All right, that's the list. I don't care about anything else. Mario Galaxy 2, Rocket League, Super Mario Maker, Disco Elysium, Bloodborne, Red Dead 2, who cares? Mass Effect 2, I don't care about that. Undertale, whatever the fuck is that? Papers, Please, alright, I guess. Titanfall 2, that game's pretty sweet. 6 is Hitman. 5 is Nier Automata. Minecraft at 4, I want to play Minecraft every day. Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. Dark Souls, and number 1 is Breath of the Wild. Of course it is, because that's the fucking best game ever made in the history forever. Like there's no other game that ever came out. But Yakuza 0's on this fucking list.
That's
in the top 25.
Best games of the decade. That's hilarious.
That is legitimately the only reason I put this in there.
That's funny. I have
Fucking Splunky beat Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I'm a
too.
little
I love
shocked.
Spelunky.
Like, it's not bad, but Stardew Valley is.
Stardew Valley's great.
Hotline Miami beat New Vegas on that list.
I have no idea.
It's a weird list, but
So I have a quick list of
Yakuza.
one that I'm kind of excited for. So it goes backwards. It goes from 1 to 15. But number 10 is the key one. So it's the top most anticipated movies of 2020. Number 1 of this year, Top Gun Maverick, which I was never a fan of. I never seen the original Top Gun, so I can't say whether or not.
I was
it's
never a
good.
fan. I never really seen Top Gun.
I'm not a fan of what's his nuts,
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, and I've never seen Top Gun.
Top
just-
Gun's great.
Just like I've never seen any of the Mission Possibles.
Mission Impossibles are pretty great.
Number 2, Indiana Jones 5, which we already talked about, probably won't be out this year because it's still being rewritten. Number 3, Space Jam 2, which comes out in June.
Come
Yes.
on and slam, and welcome to the jam.
LeBron James is the main character. Number 4, Maleficent 3.
They made a Maleficent 2.
Yeah, it already came out last year. Number 5, Pirates of the Caribbean 6, which is slated to come out this November.
Does this one have Johnny Depp, or is Johnny Depp not in this one?
Johnny
Was
Depp.
Johnny
Depp
was
is
Johnny
out of this
Depp-
one.
He's out of this one. He was too busy getting beat up by his ex-wife.
Yeah, he's not in
His
it. Johnny
girlfriend.
Depp's not in this one.
Fuck that
Um,
bitch.
Karen, the other two characters, Orlando Bloom and is it Karen Knightley or whatever her name is, whatever.
Keira Knightley.
Yeah, the other two are in this one. They're the main characters. Number 6, The Gladiator 2. Yes, that is
I'm
set.
sorry?
Yeah, that's set for a summer release.
Like Gladiator? Like the movie from like what? 98?
Yeah, The Gladiator. Roughly 20
Gladiator.
years later.
When are
Yes.
we getting a Swords and Sandals movie adaptation?
I don't know. Number 7, Bill and Ted Face the Music comes out in May. Bill and Ted 3. And remember, this goes in a different realm. Why, I don't know. So, number 8, Avatar 2.
If it comes out, we'll see.
It's like the Final Fantasy VII remake. It's never coming out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, here's some pictures. Like James Cameron will just put pictures on Twitter like every year and be like, "Hey, what do you guys think?" And then that's it.
Number
Just
9.
sends everyone pictures of it, just like with the caption, "Hey, you up?"
Hey, gotcha. Number 9, Coming to America 2. That comes out in September. Number 10, most anticipated movie of 2020. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, buddy. Can't wait for that trash fire.
So I had to say that just because it's much more anticipated than Scarlet Witch, because the Black Widow. Sorry, not Scarlet
Good.
Witch. Black Widow was number 11. That comes out
Good, because
in
it's going to be the
2
exact
months.
same as all the other Marvel movies. At least Sonic the Hedgehog, something different.
So that's all I got. That's I don't got anything else. Anybody else have anything to add before we call this a fucking short ass podcast? And I'm sorry for our
No, it's about. Oh yeah, it's hour
Do we
45.
want to talk about releases real quick?
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Let's get it.
We always forget about
We
releases.
do. I'd like to apologize to anyone who's expecting a 3-hour
Releases.
podcast. The last 4 podcasts have been under 2.5 hours.
Yeah, what the
I feel
fuck
ashamed.
is up
We've
with
been
us?
trying to keep it on wrap, yo.
Yeah, it's
The weird
this
thing is,
podcast is probably going to end before midnight.
we haven't done anything different these last couple weeks that we've done the other times. I don't understand like why these are so much shorter than the other ones. I
You're
don't know.
comfortable.
We
I
get
don't
to the
know.
fucking point. There's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of
Yeah.
stuff to get me heated that I could talk about for a while.
It's one of the benefits of Disc 2 of the Level Unlock podcast, shorter podcast. we were just
We get
waiting.
rid of all that filler.
Yeah, we were just waiting a year to give it to you.
We're trying.
Exactly. We're getting better.
All
What
right.
we got?
What's the week? When is this weekend?
Ends the 8th.
8th. Yeah. Okay. So tomorrow, on the 4th, Monster Energy Supercross 3 comes out, the official game. That's neat. Dark Crystal, the Resistance Tactics comes out on the PS4 and Switch on the 4th. Zombie Army 4 Dead
What?
War comes out on the PC and PS4 on the 4th. 7th Sector comes out for the Switch and PS4 on the 5th. Monster Viator comes out on the Xbox One and PC on the 5th. Kunai comes out for the Switch and PC on the 6th. Knights and Bikes comes out for the Switch on the 6th. Code Realize Guardian of Rebirth comes out on the Switch on the 6th. Marooners comes out for the Switch on the 7th. The Turning Test comes out for the Switch on the 7th. Crash Drive 2 comes out for the Switch on the 7th. And Ela comes out for the Switch on the 8th.
So if you guys are getting the itch to play some zombie games, I'm looking at the trailer of Zombie Army 4. It's literally Left 4 Dead and World War Z.
Yeah, it's
It's made
was
by the
originally
people that made the Sniper Elite games, so
Yeah.
it has a lot of similar play styles to it.
That's
it was
right.
originally like a DLC for the first one, right? And then they turned it into a regular game.
Honestly, don't know. That's pretty cool though. If it was,
Couple movie releases. Nicolas Cage is coming back to theaters. It's actually direct to DVD, but Grand Isle is his next movie, which no one really cares at this point about Nicolas Cage, but who knows?
Dragonheart Vengeance? What?
The Flash Part 2 of whatever season they're on comes out tomorrow.
Of
Just
the
a-
final season. I don't know if it's final season.
I don't know if it's the final season yet. It's one of the seasons. And Brooklyn Nine-Nine returns this Thursday on NBC, season 7.
Didn't
Fucking
that
love-
show get canceled?
It got canceled on Fox, and then like a month later, NBC picked it up. So yeah, the NBC took it back. They did season 6, they did season 7, and they just renewed it for an 8th season. I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love it. It's
Man, imagine that could have been a part of Disney's lineup.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, they took it. Speaking of Disney's lineup, they had the commercial for Fox when they were talking about See You in the Fall and like all the different shows that are coming out. They had The Simpsons. They had all
Family
the other
Guy.
ones, and the show and the commercial ended with Stewie getting in an elevator and says, "I won't see you this fall." Closes the elevator and goes up because they're moving to NBC. Seth MacFarlane did that $200 million deal with NBC. I was like, that was a little jab at Family Guy right there. That if no one knew what happened, they wouldn't get that reference. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
I forget people still watch Family Guy.
Yeah, going to NBC, man. This Friday. Oh man, this will probably beat Bad Boys. I forgot. Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, the world's longest title. The DC movie about Harley Quinn. Supposedly, the movie starts on how she broke up with the Joker and essentially blows him up. So in the special sneak peek
kills
trailer,
Joaquin Phoenix.
she drives a car into the Joker's house, and this house explodes.
She kills Jared Leto.
She does. They also said in an interview that they would have preferred Heath Ledger over Jared Leto as the Joker. I was like, how much more salt do you gotta fucking pour into a wound?
He wasn't bad.
No, he wasn't.
I don't know. I thought it was an interesting take on the character.
It was.
he might have been interesting to work with.
Well,
Yeah,
he gave
maybe.
That's
he
the
gave
only thing I can
people
think of.
rats and pigs' heads as gifts because he was personifying the Joker. He was in that.
method acting.
Yeah. So he gave Margot Robbie a rat. He gave one of the other persons a pig's head, like a severed pig's head.
What
And they're like, dude, what are you doing? And he because I guess the whole time he didn't leave the character of the Joker, even though he wasn't in the movie that much. He personified that character the whole time and never, method acting. So
Method acting.
Yeah.
Heavy
All
quotation
right. Lesson learned.
marks.
Don't method act the villain.
No,
Okay.
no. There's method acting and there's being an asshole on set and being cancerous on the set.
and that's what Jared
That's
Leto was.
Jared Leto was the latter.
Yeah. And that's why no one wanted to work with him ever again. That's why they're
I
like,
don't blame
"Yeah,
him.
we're just gonna pretend like you didn't exist in this
Ugh.
universe."
I'm method acting. My character is a piece of shit, so I gotta be a piece of shit too.
I'm actually surprised
I'm
they didn't
gonna
want to.
smell my own. Farts.
Have you guys ever heard of Coyote Peterson? The YouTube.
Who?
He's on YouTube. He does wildlife stuff.
I didn't even hear that first
I
part of the
think
name. I
so.
think
Coyote Peterson.
See the one
Okay.
that does the
No, I haven't
videos
heard.
with the bug bites and the
Yeah,
stings and shit.
Yeah, he enters what's called the sting zone or the bite zone.
Yeah,
He gets every kind of
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, he'll catch bees and have the bees sting him on purpose, so he can tell you like how much and how painful it is and how to counteract it.
Yeah.
Oh
and, like,
god,
what
this is
to-
on an 11 on the pain scale.
Um,
Fuck,
Yeah.
someone just chop off my arm right
Like
now.
he'll find ants, things
Yeah,
along
he
those
got-
lines.
He let one of those bullet ants bite him.
Yeah, he said
oh
it was the
god,
worst.
I would want to die.
He said it was the worst pain he's ever experienced in his life.
Yeah.
His arm was numb, and he said he was facing like paralysis because that's how like
Yeah.
hefty the bite was. And then he's picked up things like snapping turtles and stuff like that. Like, should I do this? And they put like a piece of meat in front of the snapping turtle's mouth, and it crushed the piece of meat. And they were like, "Yeah, never mind." But he's getting a show on the Animal Planet starting this Saturday.
Oh, good for him.
My son watched.
He just gets bitten by a bunch of animals.
He's been in Tucson, Arizona a bunch.
Paying his dues.
Well, yeah, because that place is like death.
He found a black widow spider, and he's like, "I'm gonna let this black widow spider crawl on my hand." So he captured it, let it go in his hand, and crawling on it. I was like cringing, just like watching him holding this black widow. He's like, "Yeah, they're found on houses all over Tucson, Arizona." It's like, fuck me. It's like,
Nice.
No,
Thanks,
man.
bro.
What you want to be careful of are the brown recluses, because
Yep.
those guys are fucking assholes.
They're
The
here, too.
black widows. The black widows are like, yeah, just don't fuck with me, dude. I'll
Yeah.
kill you. Just don't fuck with me. While the
Yeah.
brown recluses are, I'm just gonna kill you.
yeah, that's what he said. That's what he wanted to show people that black widows aren't like vicious. So he let it walk on his hand, and then he put his hand there, and the black widow like nestled its way in between in the crevice right here, and he literally couldn't move his hand for like 5 minutes until someone actually came and picked it up because it started webbing between his two fingers.
Oh man.
That's what.
Oh,
That's
this looks
awesome.
like a good place to
Yeah, he was
stay.
like, "I can't move," and I lowered my voice because I don't want to startle it. And it's just hanging there, literally creating a web between these, and he's just like, "Guys,
Somebody get
what do I
this.
do?"
Mom.
he's like, "I'm not panicking, but
but I'm
I can't."
panicking.
He's like, "I can't stay here all night holding this black widow in my hand."
I'm not panicking, but oh fuck, I'm panicking.
Somebody go
Can't
get the
destroy his
tweezers or
way.
something.
Yeah, he's found a tarantula hawk here in Tucson, Arizona. For those who don't know what that is, a tarantula hawk is a bee that's the
Terrifying.
size of your palm.
Terrifying.
they
That's what it is.
Kill tarantulas, pick them up, bring them to their nest, and lay their eggs inside the tarantulas. And the tarantula hawk babies, which is a bee, they birth out of the tarantula. So yeah, they actually, they're big
What?
enough
Yeah.
to kill a tarantula, pick it up, and fly it away. I actually seen one.
Wow.
It's something
How
somehow
big are these bees?
fucking
The
huge.
size of
mate.
your whole entire palm.
Fucking huge.
It's a bee?
It's a bee. It's
It's
a wasp.
Bee.
It's called a
Will
tarantula
it mess
hawk.
with you?
No, like it won't fuck
They're
with
not
you.
interested in people?
No.
Well, as long as you don't mess with
Yeah,
it.
Coyote Peterson found one and had it sting him, but he actually held it there, and it stung him. Yeah, the thing is fucking huge. It's bright ass blue. Look it up. It's huge.
What?
Yeah,
It's-
tarantula hawk.
A tarantula hawk?
Yeah.
I don't like bees.
The only
I
thing that's
know
more
everybody's like,
the only thing that's more terrifying than a tarantula is something that can easily just murk a tarantula.
yeah, another insect that could.
Yeah, we were walking in the wilderness in the desert.
There's a picture of a tarantula.
Yeah, we were walking in the desert, and all of a sudden we see this bright ass blue thing fly past us, and we had just watched that tarantula hawk episode of Coyote Peterson, and we're like, "That's a fucking tarantula hawk! Oh my god!" I tried to get a picture of it.
See-
My phone wasn't working, and it flew off. I was like, "Damn it!"
See, my first reaction would be,
What?
it would be, oh shit, that's a tarantula hawk. And then my second reaction would be, fuck, there must be a tarantula nearby. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah.
it flew off, so we're just like, son of a bitch. Yeah, the wingspan
That
of it
thing
though.
is huge.
Yeah,
Edge.
yeah. If you spread out its
That's-
wings, it's about like I think they said 8 inches. So it's like that. The max size of them. Yeah, they kill tarantulas and they put their babies. That's how the babies get hatched for the bees.
Will it sting?
Yeah. This has been your animal advisory podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
This has
Yeah.
been Animal Planet.
If you're wondering.
This has been Animal Universe.
Talk about not having any filler.
That's
We gave you a quick
crazy.
dose of education. So, but yeah, that's his show's pretty cool. My son watches them. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in-
he is funny. I binge watched the stinging episodes.
Yeah,
And then he
That's-
got into bitings, and I'm like, eh.
yeah. He
Then he got into bitings and he lost half his hand.
Yep, and like he'll pick up things and try to get him to bite him because that's his thing. He wants the education. He wants to educate you on how to counteract it, how to get the venom. Yeah, I don't think he's done snakes.
Imagine pitching this to someone at Animal Planet.
Yeah.
He's like, they're like, okay, Mr. Coyote, what can you bring to this channel? And he goes, all right, listen to this. I take insects and animals, and they bite me or sting me. Gold. Let's put them on. And you get the time slot at 9 on weekends.
But he also does like how to handle the animals, things along those lines,
Oh,
what
yeah.
not to do and what need to do. So it's very very educational. So yeah, my son
There's
watches them.
There's some other stuff that he does too that's not so.
No, it's
metal.
like though it's definitely he does other things as well.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
bet what are probably his most popular videos though?
Oh, the ones
Probably
where he
the
gets
ones where
bit and stung.
bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does some things like your Steve Irwin type stuff where he finds snakes and talks about the snakes and
Yeah.
things like that.
I
Like
saw a video where he was like one of the first people to ever capture a specific type of like caterpillar or something. Some
Hmm.
weird like exotic
Hmm.
crazy looking glowing caterpillar.
Yeah.
Which has been
he'll go to the rainforest and look for animals, specific animals, bugs, just to show you things
Yeah.
like that and talk about them. Yeah.
Interesting.
So he does a wide variety. Obviously, his most popular stuff is when he's getting his hands the size of a watermelon because it just got stung by like a wasp. But
right.
other than that, though, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's coming to Animal Planet. But that's a
Yeah.
podcast, folks. So let's what do we got going on for the weeks? James, what do you got?
All right. Well, I'm going to get back to actually streaming
Are you?
starting tomorrow because I couldn't really start my schedule today. I find it funny, and I think I was talking to you about this, Walker,
Mhm.
one day. I love how I go onto Twitter and I tweet out, "Hey guys, this is my new schedule. This is what I'm going to be playing each week. This is what's coming up." And immediately after that, for like 2 weeks, I break that
He
schedule.
doesn't even follow it.
I
Not
don't even
once.
follow it.
Not
like
once.
immediately after. Not even a once. So I'm gonna get better at that. So tomorrow I'm going to be playing Jedi Fallen Order.
That should be
And then Friday and Saturday is going to be Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
You don't
Yeah,
gotta
so like
puke
in that
inside
game?
every time you talk about it.
So I don't know, man. It's like they just seem like real grindy games. So it's like that's probably why I was like, I don't really want to play this. But oh well. I'll muscle through. For the views. Then that's on twitch.tv/PeopleHateStudios. And Wednesday, I might do, I don't know, GTA or something. I'll play something with some guys.
Sweet.
That might be my fun day. I'd play whatever the hell I want.
Wednesday,
then
fun day. Kind of rhymes.
Wednesday fun day. Did you
Wednesday,
say that rhymes?
Friday.
I said it kind of rhymes.
No, it doesn't.
Um,
That's like saying door and door rhymes. Yeah, of course it rhymes. But then if you like other things, you should check out youtube.com/PeopleHateStudios, where you can watch the adventures of Cloud Uwu Weed 420, Aerith Kun, Paul Blart, 3 Days Grace, or whatever the fuck I called him, Barrett XD, and who am I forgetting?
Tifa.
Oh, and Tifa in Final Fantasy VII. We're still playing that. We're gonna be on there forever. And then you can also check out YouTube that's on Fridays. On Wednesdays, you can check out the wonderful wacky adventures of Goro Majima and Kazuma Kiryu in the 1980s Japan in Yakuza 0. And then, eventually I might one day upload the video that me and Nate made about Japanese PS2 games. One of these days. It's only been like 2 months. It's only been like a month and a half, 2 months. Who cares?
Yeah,
One of
not
these
bad.
days. All right, that's it for me.
And
you can also follow me on Twitter at people810. There you go.
Titties. What about you, Sir Jeffrey?
Yeah. Well, we got our Wednesday night. We'll be doing the GTA. Thursday night we got the Overwatch. Friday night is Ark, and then next Sunday is this again. So that's my week in a nutshell. I'm gonna keep putzing around with these mods, trying to make the server, just more friendly, I guess. I don't know what's even the right word for it, but to optimize it so that it's. I've been adding mods without the intent of breaking anything, so I'm gonna keep doing that with the Arc server, playing around with it. But other than that, I think that's mainly about it. I can be found on Splash Screen Gaming, on YouTube and Twitch. Instagram and Facebook is Team Splash Screen, and Twitter is Splash Screen G.
Nice. Marcus.
Not too bad. So playing the Arc with the guys here. Overwatch on Thursdays. Then we have the podcast on Sunday. If you want to see if I ever make content, you can see that on YouTube or Twitch at MarkDude701.
Titties. So myself, I will be back to streaming as well. My family was here last week, so I wasn't able to really do much of anything, just because I wanted to spend time with them.
This clown having a family.
I know, right?
I know.
Who has a
Live
family?
life.
Fail. Hashtag fail life. So I'll be back. Usually I stream Mondays and Tuesdays, which I technically am streaming Monday, but it'll be DBZ tomorrow, and then GTA, DBZ Thursday, not Apex, Arc. Another game starts with an A. And then Saturday, who knows? Maybe Apex. I don't know. I've been incurring to play that game for some strange reason. I really don't know why. Remember, James, how I thought I said the other day, it's like, did I pay for this battle pass? And you were
Did
like,
you?
And I said I didn't. Come to find out, I did. I paid for the battle pass and played the game 3 times.
The season ended.
The season
yesterday.
ended when I found out I paid for the battle pass. And I'm like,
Nice.
are you shitting me? Yeah, it was when me, Mark, and Nate were playing. I'm like, I did pay for this battle pass, and I'm only at
Oh wow, I
fucking...
still have a battle pass. Wow.
I was literally at tier 10 of 100. I was like, son of a bitch. I literally...
So did you get to 100 or not?
No, not even
You
close.
bitch.
I was like, God damn it, I literally paid for
Casual.
this, and I forgot I paid for it.
Dirty casual.
Those only last so long, I'm guessing.
90
For
I
the
don't
days.
know
season.
much about.
Like
Yeah,
2
I don't know
months.
much about battle passes.
About 2 months, yeah, for the season. So the
Yeah,
difference
that's what
between
that
getting a
was.
battle pass and not, so you know how in Call of Duty, there's still you can unlock things throughout when you level up.
Yeah.
And but
How
if
would you like to unlock more better things?
Yeah, then you buy the
Oh.
battle pass. So yeah,
I
you
see.
can you still unlock stuff for free, but you unlock about 10 times the stuff.
And they're cooler stuff. They don't
Yeah.
make you look like a dirty fucking casual.
Yeah, and the battle pass, you unlock something at every level. Without the battle pass, it's like every 5 to 7 levels.
I see.
So that's the difference. So yeah, I didn't realize I paid for it, and I'm like, I literally have 3 hours to go up 90 levels. Oh, this will be fun. And we played
Let's do
3
this.
matches and got off the game.
Hey,
So we're like, okay, never mind. But find me at Captain Geach 15 on all of the socials, everyone except for Facebook, because I don't have Facebook, and other than my personal account. So, but I'm interested because Schroeder's been telling me about the reach we've been getting on that. So maybe I'll get a fan page for my now 58 followers on Twitch. Woo!
Nice.
Hey.
Yes. What's up, buddy?
So getting there slowly. I had 3 followers the last 2 weeks, so hopefully we can keep that.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Knock on wood. And make sure you follow us,
That
Level
trend
Unlocked Podcast, on all the socials, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and on Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
Like the
Over.
suspense. Make sure you email us, levelunlockedpodcast@gmail.com, as well as our Patreon. If you have any questions, issues, or concerns, give us a call at 867-5309, and we will reach out.
Jenny will answer.
She will. But I appreciate you all. Also, make sure you check out our patreon.com/levelunlocked podcast. Help us, support us any way possible. And we will be back here next week for our 1-year anniversary show. Do something special. Don't quite know what to do, but we'll figure something out for you guys.
Something
It'll be
fancy.
all for our gigolos and gigolettes.
Gigolos and gigolettes?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoop whoop. And
Whoop, whoop.
y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Oh, I love how you guys immediately got that.